Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Bilal and this is Bilal Reads. And today I'm here to talk to you about one of the most surprising books that I have read this year. And that is Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows by Balli Kaur Jaswal. And so I'm going to start this off by saying I had never heard of this book before until I saw it. And the only reason I picked it up was because it had the word Punjabi in the title. So, for those of you who don't know, Punjabi is an ethnic group that's found in South Asia, mainly in India and Pakistan. I am a Pakistani Punjabi because there's a whole different types of religions that could also be considered who are part of the Punjabi diaspora, such as Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims making up the major three, with like Buddhists and others, Christians also making up smaller portions of the Punjabi community. This book follows the Punjabi Sikh community in London, and they are mainly Indian Punjabi. So hopefully that explains Punjabi for you guys. I have never read a book that deals with Punjabis before, not as far as I can tell. I'm trying to think, and I can't think of any, so that's the main reason I got this, because it had Punjabi in it, and I was like, my people, I have to support y'all. And so I absolutely love this book. I had never heard of it before. I hadn't heard it mentioned anywhere on any sort of like booktube or book review stations, channels, papers, whatever I'm trying to say. And so I absolutely love this book. I'm gonna start that from the beginning. My review is gonna be spoiler free. So this book follows our main character, Nikki. I think she's 24 years old. She's a college dropout, and she's working at a pub, and in order to make ends meet in London, she decides that she's gonna start teaching these writing classes in her local Gurdwara. And what ends up happening is that these classes, what she doesn't realize is that these classes are to teach these widows how to write, because they're completely illiterate. Some of them don't know how to write their names, how to even recognize their names. So that's what this class is supposed to be, even though it was marketed as a writing workshop. And then so through the course of the couple classes, these widows find erotic stories in her backpack, in Nikki's backpack, and then they're like, hey, for the hell of it, they start like telling each other erotic stories that Nikki begins to write down for them, because she's the only one who knows how to write. And so I absolutely love this book. That's like the basic plot of the book. And then in doing so, she has to keep like these stories hidden from the rest of the Sikh community. Otherwise, these classes would be shut down and they'd get like hate upon them. And so that's the basic plot of this book. And I absolutely loved it. It was really well done. The characters were really well. I liked most of them. They were super great. They weren't like cookie cutter or anything. They felt real to me. And I absolutely loved this book. And so I say that's the basic plot of the book, but this book deals with a lot of taboo aspects of Punjabi society that I haven't really seen talked about in like film, much less in a book. And so I'll just get into those topics right now. So this isn't necessarily a spoiler warning, but like there might be spoilers in here to some people, but I don't think they are. But we're gonna get into it anyway. So one aspect that's in the title is sex. So this book deals with sex. These widows tell each other erotic stories. And that's something that like even like major Bollywood movies like don't talk about, or sex, because each time anything gets like relatively romantic or steamy, they go into song, like these big choreographed musical numbers. And this book just dives straight into it. It talks about these Punjabi widows writing these super erotic stories to each other that are based in their reality, things that they've done. And it also deals with like cheating, because one of the widows, I'm not going to tell you which one, she ends up confessing that she used to cheat on her husband because her husband wasn't into her that much. And then another aspect of tabooness, I guess, that this book dives straight into is arranged marriages. Because Nikki's sister, this book starts off in the first page, like Nikki's sister calling her up saying, hey, I need you to help me find a boy because I want to get married and move out. And so this book talks about the idea of like, if you want true freedom in Punjabi society, you have to like get yourself married. You have to go into an arranged marriage, which also I don't think is talked about, or if it is, it's kind of joked about. And then the final aspect of this book that I did not see coming was the aspect of honor killings. So this book talks about two specific incidences that relate directly to the characters in the book. And it's implied that there might have been more done in the community, but we just don't know because the community is so tight-knit that they try to keep each other's secrets out of the way. And so, I guess, yeah, so honor killings, which was really surprising for me because I haven't seen any sort of book talk about it, and the only thing I've seen talk about honor killings is like statistics, articles, news stories about them, and for an author to try to tackle such a serious topic is one, very daunting, but also so much the better because she did a really good job with it. And I absolutely love this book. I completely recommend it. And these widows, the main character Nikki, we learn more about her, the widows, their entire lives, because like in Punjabi society, once you're married, that's like the ultimate goal, you've achieved it. And this book really does like dive into the idea of if marriage is the ultimate goal, what happens when there is no marriage, when your partner dies, and these women who are kind of the forgotten aspects of Punjabi society, what happens to them? So yeah, that was this book. That's kind of a lot. Dealt with a lot of serious issues, but it did it in such a really good way that I absolutely love this book and totally recommend it for people. And if you're like me and you grew up without reading about your own ethnic group like Punjabis, you can pick her up and let me know if you also loved it as much as I did. So thank you for watching, and once again, I'm Bilal. This is Bilal Reads. Please subscribe for more videos. Thank you.